Welcome back to Ford Hub, the place where automotive legends come alive. Today, we're stepping back in time to explore one of the most iconic muscle cars ever built, the 1968 Dodge Charger. A car that didn't just define an era, but became a symbol of American power, rebellion, and pure mechanical soul. The Charger wasn't just a car you drove, it was a statement. And in 1968, Dodge created a masterpiece that still captures hearts more than half a century later. The late 1960s were the golden age of muscle cars, and in that fierce competition between Detroit's finest, Dodge wanted something that stood out, something that didn't just go fast but looked fast standing still. That's when the second-generation Charger was born. When it hit the streets in 1968, it was unlike anything else. With its long, sleek fastback roofline, hidden headlights, and aggressive stance, the Charger looked more like a fighter jet than a car. It was bold, intimidating, and instantly unforgettable. The front end of the 1968 Dodge Charger is one of the most recognizable designs in automotive history. Those hidden headlights, tucked neatly behind a full-width grille, gave it an unmistakable, menacing face, especially when the lights flipped open at night. The body was perfectly sculpted with muscular lines running along the sides, a subtle, Coke bottle shape that made it look like it was in motion even when parked. The rear featured full-width taillights and that iconic recessed center panel, a design so timeless that modern Chargers still echo it today. Power was at the heart of every Dodge Charger, and 1968 offered an engine lineup that could make any car enthusiast's pulse race. You could get anything from the 318 cubic inch V8, a perfect balance of power and practicality, to the mighty 426 HEMI V8, the legendary engine that turned the Charger into a street monster. That HEMI produced a thunderous 425 horsepower, launching the car from 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds, numbers that were mind-blowing for its time. The 440 Magnum was another fan favorite, offering immense torque and reliability that made it perfect for drag racing. The Charger wasn't just built for power, it was built for presence. The interior combined simplicity with comfort. Step inside, and you'd find a driver-focused cockpit, bucket seats, and a full-length center console that screamed performance. The gauges were bold and easy to read, the steering wheel thin yet responsive, and the visibility surprisingly good for such a wide car. Every inch of the interior felt purpose-built, like a machine meant to be driven hard and fast. But where the 1968 Charger really cemented its legacy was in popular culture. You can't talk about this car without mentioning Bullitt, the 1968 film where Steve McQueen's Mustang GT faced off against a black Dodge Charger in what is still considered the greatest car chase ever filmed. That scene turned the Charger into a legend, its deep V8 roar echoing through the streets of San Francisco, burning rubber, and leaving tire marks in movie history. Later, it became the star of shows like The Dukes of Hazzard and countless other appearances in Hollywood. Few cars have achieved that level of fame. On the road, the Charger 1968 felt raw and alive. It didn't rely on computers, traction control, or driver assists. It was pure mechanical muscle, just you, the engine, and the open road. The power delivery was brutal, the exhaust note thunderous, and the handling demanding but rewarding. It was a car that required respect, but if you knew how to control it, the Charger would reward you with a driving experience that no modern car could replicate. It wasn't about refinement, it was about passion, power, and freedom. The Charger's design philosophy was simple: build something that looked aggressive, performed brutally, and captured attention everywhere it went. And Dodge nailed it. It was longer, lower, and wider than most of its rivals, giving it that unmistakable road presence. It wasn't just a car to drive, it was a car to own. When you saw a Charger pull up, you didn't just hear it, you felt it. Today, the 1968 Dodge Charger remains one of the most collectible and admired classic cars in the world. Restored models fetch massive prices, and modern reinterpretations continue to pay tribute to its legendary design. The HEMI-powered versions, especially the RT models, are prized possessions for collectors, not only for their rarity but for the pure driving soul they represent. Even after decades, the Charger's reputation hasn't faded, it's grown. It represents everything that made the muscle car era special: power, simplicity, and the thrill of the open road. It's a reminder of a time when cars were built from passion, not software, when the driver's skill mattered more than electronic systems. The 1968 Dodge Charger is more than just an old car, it's an icon. It stands for rebellion, strength, and style that never goes out of fashion. It's a masterpiece of American engineering and a timeless reminder that real legends never die, they just get louder with age. This is Ford Hub, where we celebrate cars that shaped history and defined generations. If the 1968 Dodge Charger still gives you goosebumps like it gives us, hit that like button, subscribe for more legendary car stories, and tell us in the comments, if you could own one classic muscle car, would it be this beast? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.